Alright, there we go. Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night here at Beyond the Airwaves Leveling Up. And since it's Monday, that means it's time for Monday Mayhem. We'll look at stories that didn't quite hit the mainstream. Now, of course, we know that one tragic situation, but we're not going to bring it up because basically you should know what it is. Because we don't like to rehash the same thing again and again.
Tell me after the show. I'm lost. I don't pay attention to the news a lot.
That little submarine.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. On that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean that was a tragic situation. But anyway, we do have some other stories, including you won't believe what happened at the box office this weekend. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddblog Stream. I'm currently joined in line by two of my crazy cohorts. First, to my left, we have a resident joker, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Happy Monday. I'm tired, by the way.
Yeah, me too. And there we go. Below me is our resident beta sus, Janet. Hello, Janet.
I'm invisible right now, so.
Yep.
Hello, everybody.
That's right. She's wearing the cloak of invisibility.
Yeah. I have to catch up with Harry somehow.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, brace yourself for this one, okay? The Flash is in week number 2. It's dropped to 3rd place. And you ready for this? It dropped 73%.
Damn.
That
I wonder why.
Terrible. In fact, it was so bad. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse went back up to number 1. And then Elemental, which also was been panned, actually made it to number 2.
All right.
But
there is another one coming out. You know, I was a teenage Kraken.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows the girl walking down the hallway at school. And somebody said something about her, and she says, "I am a Kraken." Zap. So I don't know how that's gonna.
Yeah, that one might not. I mean, that's heading into a long weekend, though. What? Who knows? But then, there's Sumi.
Hey, Sumi.
Good day, everyone.
Hi, Sumi.
Sumi.
Well, more like good evening. So, but
no,
time zone.
Yeah, she'd be in the. I think she's in the afternoon.
I know.
Okay.
I know, but it's for the fact that here is evening now.
Yeah. Oh, you should try watching the Sid Squad on YouTube.
They're what? 12 or they're 14 or
15
16 hours ahead of me.
15 hours ahead of Mike and me, and 17 hours ahead of you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jan was telling me about that this morning.
Yeah.
7. So it's noon in Sydney right now.
Correct.
On my end.
Yep, correct.
And I followed Shirley to the Sid Squad last night, and I actually joined, subscribed, and joined and subscribed, and I got a mention on the stream.
Oh yeah.
And you know what's funny?
What?
I'm also a member of SkyOps, or SkyOps, because we're doing astronomy stuff now. But I was looking at the chat, listening to the host, and I see
Hey,
2 or 3 familiar faces from SkyOps.
Yeah. Hey, Goody.
Hey y'all, Scott here. Who's Scott?
That's probably his real name.
No, it's not his real name.
Oh. Hi,
I
yo.
kind of know his real name, and I think it's been mentioned in
Okay.
a few
I feel like saying, "Welcome to Rhode Island. Thank you for visiting Rhode Island."
Oh yeah, Rhode Island is just a spit.
Yeah, exactly.
One of those places that
It's got the Waz
if you're driving through it, If you blink, you miss it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's no joke. The Flash is doing horrible.
I think the fans didn't like the changes.
No, it's the problem is Ezra Miller's legal problems.
Uh, can you give a Reader's Digest condensed version of what they are without going
Uh,
into a lot of detail?
One is he broke into someone's house, I think, and threatened the family, I think.
Now he's the actor playing the Flash.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But let's just say he's had a lot of. Let's see. Sumi, I'm definitely going to bed early today because tomorrow a Pikmin 4 demo comes out. Oh.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pikmin 4 comes out in July, if I remember correctly. July 21st.
That's a Friday. Yeah, because.
Well, at least in the United States, it might be different elsewhere.
That's true. Yeah, because the 8th, I'm doing that 5K at the new Whitewater Park.
Nice.
I wonder if they'll let you cool off getting in the water when you're through.
Janet, I would have to have a bathing suit.
Well, they have outdoor showers. You could do it that way.
Yeah, I know.
Heads up Discord notifications?
What now?
Whose notifications, Sumi? Because mine's
Oh,
not
it's me. It's me. That's what it is.
No.
That's what's going
Anyway,
on. Okay.
while Sumi and Godi are here, I want to tell them about that. Sumi, Godi, have you guys had any oops moments where you think, oh no, why did I do that? Let me know if they answer, okay?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't pay attention because I spammed the show on Discord and I totally forgot about that. Woof woof. Oh, sounds like Princess.
She's at the window barking at somebody across the street.
Oh.
I just let her go. She quits eventually.
Okay.
Just let me know if it gets annoying.
Yeah.
Have either one of them answered me?
Good. Yeah, I had an oops moment once when I caught Ligma.
Whatever Ligma is.
What is Ligma?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, don't even. No, don't no.
Don't even go there. But anyway, Godi, I don't think your oops moment would be as bad as this poor guy's one. He was a janitor working at a lab. He heard an annoying beeping coming from a freezer. So to get rid of the beeping, he unplugged the freezer. Unfortunately, the freezer contained 20 years worth of experiments that had to be kept at certain temperature. He destroyed them all.
Yep.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that guy. I don't know what you're barking at, dog, but knock it off.
Yeah. I feel like one of those troubles like.
Oh, I know what it was. She probably saw a cat. Which is probably exactly what happened. Bless you, Mike.
Bless you. Double.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't quite stop the first one, but you stopped the second.
Yep.
Have you ever done a snurp?
Yep, I have.
You know what the snurp is, then?
Yes, I have done it, and it hurts like hell.
And Mike, if you don't know what a snurp is, it's you burp and sneeze at the same time. Hence a snurp.
Yep.
I think I've had that happen at least once.
I've had it happen a couple times.
A snurp and a
Hey, Furret.
Who? Who came in?
Furret. In the chat.
Hello, Furret.
Hi, Furret.
Well, I'm saying hello to the people that come into the chat, even though I can't see them.
That's fine.
Yeah. Now, you better go lay down or get up in my lap or something.
She's referring to her dog, folks.
Yeah. What she was barking at the front window was probably a cat crossing the street.
Hello, not Ren here. I repeat, not Ren. Ren's like, sorry, what?
Nani?
And there's Sajo!
Hey, Sajo! How goes it, Mr. Sajo?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. I'm happy my roof got replaced on
It
Saturday.
poured.
Hey.
It rained, didn't it?
No, it didn't. Mm-mm. No, it didn't. But what we discovered was there was some damage to some of the plywood on the roof. But that was not by the roofers, mind you. It was found before they even started. So, wait, if he's Ren and he's Ren, then who am I?
Oh, I'm just so glad to have a happy team here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know they did a great job. They finished it by about 6 o'clock. Now they stopped for a couple hours because it was hot enough outside. Didn't want to risk anything, so can't fault them for that because
No.
it was getting really hot during the day. And when you've got the black shingles on the roof, that doesn't
Ugh.
really help.
That's why my mom says she doesn't want a black. She always said if we got a new car, she did not want a black one.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's a very impractical color for Arizona.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Well, me, I don't like a black car anyway. Let's see.
Well,
Everyone know
what?
the drill. Monday nights is always wrestling time. Yep, that's the
Yep.
truth.
You're good. No worries.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Sajo. You're a creature of habit.
Yeah.
Because, hey, Sajo, I know you can hear me. You like your wrestling the way I like to watch my cop shows.
Mm-hmm. See, also.
Which,
oh,
Shirley.
Hold on.
yep. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was actually gonna let you go ahead because I know what you were gonna read off
Okay.
in the chat. So go ahead, Shirley.
Yeah. Futaba wanted me to tell you guys that she is sick as fuck and she won't be here. Aw. Well, Futaba.
Who's that?
Futaba's
Futaba.
sick. Futaba's under the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Futaba.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
get well soon, Futaba. We miss you. Get well soon.
Okay.
You know, what did I start to freaking say?
I forgot to.
I forgot.
That's right, folks. We're still on your edge. I'm kidding.
Um,
Hold on a
I
second.
forgot what I was gonna say.
It'll come back to you in 5 minutes, I'll bet.
No, it'll come back to me when Karma drops a rock on my head. Oh, I've got an itch. Oh, I have to be up dressed tomorrow. We had a problem earlier in the week. We had ants come up through the crack in the concrete in the garage, and they found the dog food.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the dog's gonna get tossed.
Thank God they weren't fire ants, but they were those little black piss ants.
Yeah.
You know which ones I'm talking about, Shirley, because you had them too.
Yep.
They came up through the crack and I didn't even see them because I don't look down when I go out to get the dog food.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely felt them. They were up on my foot. And I looked at the dog food bag, and here they are chomping on the dog food. So I had to throw away about maybe 15 pounds of leftover dog food.
Yeah.
Because it was the part of a 54-pound bag that I got when we had 2 dogs.
Yeah. Okay. This is bad. This happened today, in Helena, Alabama. All right. The police department and the fire department responded to a nightmare. Children struck by a train.
Oh, shit.
So we do not have any updates of the status of the juveniles and we will not be releasing their names. Now, there's been a great deal of rumor and misinformation surrounding the incident, so we're going to try to clarify it. 1, there were 4 juveniles involved. 2, all 4 were from Hoover. 2 were struck by the train. 2 narrowly escaped. Both children who were struck received life-threatening injuries. Neither of the children have been pronounced dead. Both are at area hospitals receiving the best treatment possible. That we will gladly confirm. As an agency and as a community, we know all of us are praying for these kids in their recovery. Lastly, and most importantly, this horrific event would not have happened if they were not on the tracks. Railroad tracks are private property, and as everyone can see today, they are not a safe or okay place to walk, hike, or explore. Parents, please remind your children that it's not okay to walk on railroad tracks, regardless of how safe they may appear. Unfortunately, Helena has seen this before with tragic consequences over the past 25 years. We hope and pray that this story will have a happy ending.
Yeah. You know what? My dad used to work for the railroad, and he said it was not uncommon. You have the homeless people
Yeah.
fall asleep on the tracks and get cut in half.
Yeah.
So that could have very easily have happened to those kids if they'd have slipped under the wheels of the train. There
Right.
wouldn't be nothing left of them. So
Uh-huh.
thank God, thank karma that those kids didn't die.
Yeah.
But it didn't give the ages of the kids, did they?
No. Which I think that's a good move. Don't do that right now, because that's not important here.
No, I know.
But
Those kids that were hit by the train, if the train was going at full speed,
they'd be dead.
They would be dead. So I don't think the train was going at top speed. And and my dad told me how long it takes a train to stop.
Yeah.
It takes a train, I think he said almost a mile to stop.
Yeah. And you know,
almost a mile.
And you see those PSAs where you got people saying, "Don't try to outrace the train."
Yeah. Yes, I have. I have seen segments on Most Shocking. This semi truck tried to cross the railroad tracks. The arm came down. Okay, the train was coming west to east, and the truck was trying to cross south to north.
Yep.
It got stuck on the tracks.
Hold on.
And here comes this train. Bam! Pushes it about a mile or so down the track.
Can it stop? We got somebody new here. Elephant Mario. I like that.
Hello, Mario. Welcome to the group.
Elephant the Mario.
That's Goat Bro. That's Goaty's brother. That's hilarious. God damn it. Oh, that's funny.
Well, welcome, Goaty's brother.
That's right, folks. That is Goat Bro. Let's see. What else is there? Okay. This story's been catching a lot of it's getting national attention now. A woman in Piqua, Ohio is keeping up her 10-foot werewolf statue. The problem is it's causing a bit of a stir among neighbors.
Okay, carry on with the story.
All right, so now this is from back on the 14th. But a Halloween decoration that is still standing outside of a Piqua home months after October 31st is at the center of a debate in the neighborhood. Mary Simmons, no relation to Janet, is a self-proclaimed lover of Halloween, and part of her love of the holiday includes her nearly 10-foot tall werewolf statue, which she's named Phil. I just love Halloween, and it's one of those things I just ended up not taking him down, and he's kind of become my mascot, Simmons told News Center 7's Kayla McDermott. Recently, the city of Piqua left a notice on Simmons' door asking her to please take down the seasonal wolf decoration. Since Phil was labeled as seasonal, Simmons has decided to make him seasonal for every holiday. Currently, the statue is dressed in red, white, and blue for Flag Day and the 4th of July. She is even looking for outfits to keep the statue properly dressed for holidays months away. I'm trying to find a pilgrim outfit or a stuffed turkey, she said. News Center 7 reached out to the city on Wednesday. They said the notice was issued after receiving complaints about the statue. Not statute, statue. Neighbors who live right across the street have their own opinions of Phil. I think it's cool. It doesn't bother me. I think what the city is doing is wrong, Al Cantrell said. Emily Kavanaugh doesn't have the same feelings about the werewolf. I think it's ugly. I think it needs to come down, she said. Simmons said she'd understand the city's concern if Phil was a danger, but she claims the statue is not one. I make sure he's good. Like if he was falling apart, his head was ready to fall off and hit somebody, I'd take him down, Simmons said. Until then, Phil is going to remain up. Just let me have my werewolf. That's all I want. I'm not asking for a lot. Just let me have my werewolf, she said. The city said that Simmons is allowed to leave Phil up if she wants.
Ah, so the city had a change of heart, huh?
Yeah. Because you see, she's dressed him with a red, white, and blue shirt, holding a couple flags.
Well, you know what? It would probably cost her a little money, but if the HOA insists you move the statue, she'd have to get a crane to do it.
Well, here's the thing, though. This isn't the HOA. It's the city.
So why? I wonder what made the city change its mind.
Probably the fact that this thing now has its own Facebook fan page. Seriously.
What did she name it? Frank?
Phil.
Phil.
Yeah, the name of it I think is Phil the Wolf 500 is the name of the fan page. That's just cool.
Okay, Princess is on her bed. Okay, she's settled down now.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Good Samaritan returns $2,000 found left behind in Walmart shopping cart.
Well, that was honest of that person to return it.
Yeah, and this is also in Ohio. Gallipolis,
Okay.
Ohio, to be exact. Thousands of dollars were left behind in an envelope inside a shopping cart in an Ohio Walmart. And the man who discovered the cash told WSAZ that he did not hesitate for a second to do the right thing. I like to think that if something like that ever happened to me, someone would do the same thing for me, Robert Sneed said. According to Sneed, it was a typical evening with his daughter shopping for groceries until they noticed something in the shopping cart that they went to grab. I saw a piece of paper and I thought it was someone's shopping list. I was getting ready to throw it away until it felt a little heavy. I noticed it was an envelope, Sneed said. The Ohio resident said he opened the envelope and it was full of hundreds. I saw a bank statement and my first thought was to take it to the bank, but they were closed. So then I just went and got a manager, he said. The Good Samaritan shared that he found a manager and gave them the money. He also made a post on social media about finding the cash with the hopes of finding the rightful owner. Where someone was living paycheck to paycheck, this may set them back. It can really mess up someone's summer, Sneed said. A Walmart spokesperson said... Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Might want to mute.
Yes.
Okay, she did. A Walmart spokesperson said thanks to Sneed, the money was returned to the owner, saying the person picked it up later that night. Of course, you probably had to prove it, which is fine. But just goes to show you, there are still good people in the world. Yeah, but in the meantime, this is a warning for everyone who thinks the Super Friends is
I'll be back with you guys in a minute.
Okay. All right. For those of you who think that, Max, HBO Max is now, of course, just Max. If you've been trying to watch the Super Friends on it, forget it. It's gone. But yeah, here's the story. This is from CBR. Super Friends, the famous Hanna-Barbera cartoon based on DC's Justice League of America, has been removed from Max. The very first Justice League cartoon disappeared from the streaming service 2 years after being added to HBO Max on June 18, 2021. Super Friends is the latest of many shows to get cut from HBO Max ever since Warner Bros. Discovery began shrinking the platform's content in late 2022. It's unknown whether Super Friends or other cut Max content, get out of here, will move to another streaming service at this time. Other DC cartoons like Batman the Animated Series and Justice League Unlimited remain available to stream on Max. Let's see. HBO Max officially rebranded as Max at the end of May 2023, resulting from a merger between Warner Bros. And Discovery in 2022. The rebranding was meant to convey how Warner Bros. And Discovery content were being brought together onto one platform. However, the streaming service has steadily removed movies and television from its content library, including HBO originals like Westworld. Super Friends is one of several animated shows to get cut within the past month, alongside Cartoon Network and Adult Swim shows like Metalocalypse, there we go, Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Flapjack, Foster's Home, how dare you, Dexter's Laboratory, and 3 Ben 10 shows? Ooh, that's not going to sit well with some people. Let's see. Super Friends aired from 1975 to 1986 on ABC. changing its name several times to various names like the all-new Super Friends Hour or Challenge of the Super Friends. Saturday morning cartoon was an adaptation of the Justice League of America comics, and its first lineup consisted of Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Robin, and Aquaman. Over the years, the lineup would expand to include other DC superheroes and original characters like the shape-shifting Wonder Twins, who eventually joined the official DC Comics universe. Occasionally, the show would cross over with other Hanna-Barbera franchises like Scooby-Doo. Let's see. Super Friends may no longer be streaming on Max or other subscription services, but individual episodes can still be purchased from Amazon Prime Video and Apple TV Plus. Thank God I've got the DVDs. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But oh boy, there are a lot of people who aren't happy. But then that's why I'm glad I've got the DVDs, so I don't have to worry. Oh yeah, something else. San Diego Comic-Con is a matter of weeks. However, because of the continuing writers' strike and the impending actors' strike, San Diego Comic-Con could be hurting very badly this year. Okay.
Not a good sign, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not a good sign.
Well, hold on.
Okay. Alright. Can San Diego Comic-Con catch a break? For 2 years, the biggest annual fan convention in North America was forced to cancel the 5-day gathering due to the COVID-19 pandemic, placing Comic-Con International, the nonprofit organization that runs SDCC, under unprecedented financial strain. Last year, SDCC came roaring back with a masked and vaccinated convention that was a robust success, with blockbuster hall-age panels for the Star Trek TV universe, House of the Dragon, The Walking Dead, and especially Marvel Studios. This year's Comic-Con, which is scheduled to start July 19th, less than a month away, is increasingly likely to have none of those panels. At least that's what the studios across the industry are anticipating. If SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP cannot come to terms by the June 30th contract deadline and the guild goes on strike, actors will almost certainly join writers and showrunners in setting out promotional events like Comic-Con, leaving studios with almost no one to populate panels in front of thousands of expectant fans. Amid the uncertainty, several studios have preemptively nixed plans for a robust presence at SDCC this year. Disney and its subsidiaries Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm are not planning any panels, cutting off the chance to showcase the cast for upcoming projects like The Marvels, Loki Season 2, Ahsoka, and Haunted Mansion. HBO, which has True Detective Season 4 soon and House of the Dragon Season 2 still in production, isn't going. Nor are Sony Pictures with Gran Turismo and Kraven the Hunter this year, and Universal Studios with Last Voyage of the Demeter, Strays, and The Exorcist this year. And Netflix, which just held its massive Tudum fan event in Brazil, where it debuted the first looks of the big budget genre series, including its One Piece adaptation, is also sending out SDCC this year. Other studios are still maintaining a wait-and-see posture. Warner Brothers, which needs a robust PR boost for upcoming DC features Blue Beetle and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, have yet to rule out skipping Comic-Con, and the company's streaming service Max is planning on bringing some animation titles to the convention. Paramount Pictures expects to hold a panel for the animated feature Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, but its streamer Paramount Plus has yet to commit to panels for its Star Trek shows. NBC will only move forward with its panels if there is no actor strike, but that protocol doesn't necessarily extend to its sister streamer, Peacock. And Amazon plans to have some kind of presence. Season 2 of The Wheel of Time and The Boys Gen V are due to premiere in the fall, but the streamer is still sorting out what that will be. Apple, meanwhile, has remained tight-lipped about what, if any, presence they may have. In the absence of panels, some studios may lean on activations and promotional stunts outside the San Diego Convention Center to generate fan interest. But that's cold comfort to SDCC itself, which has thrived for over a decade on a steady stream of A-list stars and marquee projects streaming through its cavernous ballrooms. When reached by Variety, Comic-Con spokesperson David Glanzer, provided a statement that avoids saying anything definitive about how SDCC may look in the wake of an actor's strike, but does make clear the organizers expect to go on with the event regardless. With regard to the strike and its possible effects on Comic-Con, we tend to refrain from speculation or forecasting. I will say our hope is for a speedy resolution that will prove beneficial to all parties and allow everyone to continue the work they love. Until then, we continue to diligently work on our summer event in the hopes of making it as fun, educational, and celebratory in years past. Any studio holdouts will have to make a decision very soon. Schedules will start rolling out on July 5th, but they may be making it in the dark if SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP extend contract negotiations beyond the June 30th deadline. It's a bind no superhero will be able to save. So, the Funky Kong. But yeah, that's definitely not looking good.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
You're fine.
Hey, Shirley, could you stay up a little bit after the show? Because I have something important to tell you.
Okay. Alright. Anyway, here's a feel-good story. 12-year-old mowing lawns to help family with extra money purchase school supplies.
Ah. So the money he makes mowing lawns,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
he donates to get school supplies.
Yeah.
How old is this kid?
12.
Now, his parents raised him with a good heart.
Yeah. So here's what he's doing. He's putting a little extra work over the summer to help his family while getting ready for the next school year. Jaden Jackson, 12 years old, is getting a taste of his first job by mowing lawns in his neighborhood. When I was walking with my lawnmower, someone stopped me and asked me to cut their lawn, and I did, Jaden said. An online post of 12-year-old Jaden looking for lawns to mow has since been shared more than 100 times. It's been overwhelming a little bit, but it's great, said Angel Jackson, Jaden's mother. Jaden just finished 5th grade at True Springs Academy and has been keeping busy since. The 12-year-old is the second oldest out of 6. His mother said he's like the dad out of the bunch, and you can ask anybody about his work ethic. He's just a hard worker and always going the extra mile to help, Jackson said. He wants to help his brothers, sisters, and himself get things for school, Jackson said. Not only does he want to get ready for school, but Jaden also wants to help his mother. Anything I need, he just goes and gets it. He doesn't even ask me. He just goes and gets it, Jackson said. Adding, most kids around this area are into trouble, and it just touches my heart that he's gone away from all that. He really wants to help and do things the right way. Jaden's family said he already has a few loyal customers, including neighbor Jim Hudson. He is very impressive and has come back a couple of times. He's building a customer base, Hudson said. He is an asset to the community.
Amen.
Yeah, his parents did raise him right.
Yeah, and from what a little bit of the article, it was a rough neighborhood he's living in.
Yeah, it's not the friendliest neighborhood, but you know, he's willing to do the work.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very glad to hear that. Because most kids that are 12 years old in a rough neighborhood, they hang with gangs and do all kind of vandalism shit.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Reminds me of a story I read on Facebook about this girl. Was it a Reddit post? Stole her mom's credit card and bought $700 worth of stuff.
Ooh.
And her parents don't do anything about her thieving ways. And that
sounds like an Apple text right there.
It was more like a Reddit story.
But it could be an Apple text eventually, right?
Probably. But, you know, there was a discussion elsewhere, you know, they were discussing and I almost chimed in. It all depends on the way the kids are raised. Which it does.
Yep, that's true.
Unfortunately, my brother was raised, he and I were raised by the same parents, my mom, and he was still a pain in the ass. And my mom spent a lot of time trying to get him straightened out.
Mm-hmm.
Police didn't help much, but that's another story. But it just didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See if I
Excuse
can
me.
find something. If I can find something. The 8 year, okay, here's one.
Okay.
This 8 year old's response to losing her beloved souvenirs is a lesson in responsibility. Almost every kid has lost a treasured belongings, but but it's what 8 year old Maya Zirhan did afterward that sets her apart. Maya and her siblings have been collecting junior ranger badges on family trips to national parks.
Hmm.
National parks are very beautiful and I want to protect them. So that's why I'm a junior ranger, she said. To earn free badges, visitors complete various educational activities and pledge to care for the parks. Maya, her big sister Daniela, and her little brother Jonathan display the badges on hats and vests they got while visiting Zion.
Hmm.
To earn free badges, visitors, okay, they go everywhere with these hats and vests. They're very proud of being a part of this program,
Hmm.
said their
That's good.
mom, More Zihan. They take it upon themselves to educate their friends about what they're learning in parks. So when Maya lost her collection while playing outside last month, she was devastated, but instead of dwelling on the loss, she took matters into her own hands. I don't give up when things like that happen, Maya said.
Hmm. Determined.
8 year old beyond wise beyond her age.
Mm-hmm.
Having seen her mom write to Great Smoky Mountain National Park requesting badges for junior ranger activities, the kids completed when the visitors center was closed during the pandemic. Maya was inspired to write to the parks too.
Hmm.
I'm homeschooled and I like writing letters, she said.
That's good.
By hand, she wrote, Dear Rangers of Arches, my name is Maya Zrihan, and I am 8 years old. 8 years old. I live in South Florida, and my brother, sister, and I are all junior rangers. Unfortunately, I lost my hat with all my badges, including Arches National Park. My family and I visited the park on March 30th, 2023. I am heartbroken to have lost my Zion hat and Arches badge. I completed my booklet, earned my badge, and swore my oath. I am attaching 2 pictures for support. I would gratefully appreciate if if you could send me a new replacement badge. Okay, hold on.
Hmm.
Respectfully, Maya.
Hmm.
She found the envelopes and she got the stamps and she researched the address on her own. I just, her mother said, recalled, I just oversaw it. And she drew the badges she lost and she made sure there was backup.
Hmm.
The lessons. Okay.
Hmm.
Moore had encouraged Maya to go for it, but you've got to do this on your own. That's on you, she said, noting to noting to teach your kids to value and appreciate what they have. Mommy only buys things once. We purchase the vest and the hat for them so that they can wear them with pride, so they can feel like real rangers. And
Mm-hmm.
they do when they travel, but that's not a need, that's a want, Moore explained. If you lost it, that's your responsibility to replace it.
Mm-hmm.
The letters allowed Maya to take responsibility, but that's not all. The writing really gave her a chance to practice all the skills needed for writing and literacy. This is an authentic piece of argumentative
Argumentative.
writing
Mm-hmm.
so that she can prove a point, Moore said. One of the lessons you was to put yourself out there. You never know. No is okay to receive as a response, but you never know what the response you will get unless you try.
Also,
And the
hello,
response.
Craig.
Hey.
Long time no talk. I hope you're doing well.
Okay.
Hey.
Now, here was the response. The Rangers not only mailed Maya badges, but wrote her back. I felt really happy, Maya said. I didn't even know that they were going to send me a letter. Arches wrote a note on Maya's original letter, which Moore is saving in Maya's homeschool portfolio. Zion included a postcard and expressed sympathy for her lost badge and hoped that she collects many more exploring other parks.
Hmm. That's good.
I'm not done yet.
Oh.
We really love the fact that the Rangers took the time to respond back because they are very heavily visited parks, Morris acknowledged. That though the badges are free, the responses took time and postage. Maya had planned on saving up birthday money to buy a new hat and vest set for her replacement badges, but she actually wound up finding her originals after mailing out her first two letters.
Hmm.
There's one more section to this.
Okay.
Now Maya can just focus on earning new badges. I want to go to Washington, D.C. and visit all the monuments that you can also get badges from, she said. Her family also dreams of visiting dry tortugas.
Okay.
Moore said she wishes they had learned about the Junior Ranger program sooner and plans to take full advantage of it and the Every Kid Outdoors program that allows families with fourth graders to visit federal lands for free. There's things that you can never learn from a textbook, but you can learn hands on.
Yep, that's true.
It truly, Morris said, it truly grows an appreciation for the children too. Not just know that you shouldn't litter, but actually see the litter, get upset about it, pick it up, make sure we protect the animals, environments, and see the world as much as they can and appreciate the land.
Mm-hmm.
These parks are special, and you protect need to protect them more because animals live there, Maya added.
Mm.
And that's the end of the article. But she took it all by herself to do that.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to make a very, very good person when she grows up.
Yeah, she will.
Okay, next.
Well, to be honest, I can't find anything else.
Oh, hold on.
Well, wait a minute. Man, there could be stories I got from last week that we never got to cover. Like the case of the 619-pound marlin that should have netted $3.5 million. They got disqualified. So here's
Because of a stupid shark bite.
yeah, I was gonna say that. All right, so here's what happened. A fishing crew lost out on millions of dollars in prize money after catching a 619-pound blue marlin. The team was competing in the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament in Moorhead, North Carolina on Saturday. Was it the 19th? That was Monday. Saturday was the 17th. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, they spent 6 hours bringing the massive fish thinking they had won the big prize, which would have been $3.5 million. Now, here's where I think the rent market goes off. Unfortunately, judges and biologists disqualified the catch because there was evidence it had been bitten by a shark before it was caught.
That's bullshit. I call bullshit.
I agree. A different crew brought in a 484-pound blue marlin and won the first place in the tournament as well as the prize money. The Big Rock tournament record was set in 2019 when a crew hauled in a marlin weighing a staggering 914 pounds. Now, I would like to get an update. I'm going to see if there's some sort of an update to this. Let's see. Marlin.
Because they can't help it if the shark was hungry. You know?
Yeah. Looks like, let's see. Let's see. Captain of fishing boat disqualified. Looks like they're not changing it. Let's see.
I wonder if they could enter again next year.
They probably will. We feel like it was taken away from us. Both the boat's captain and the owner spoke to CNN days after the controversy at the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament in North Carolina. A modern twist on Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man in the Sea in the era of big money competitive fishing. Photos on the show it had a significant chunk missing on its underside and near its tail. The tournament consulted with its rules and experts and ultimately disqualified the marlin due to mutilation caused by a shark or other marine animal, according to a statement. Oh my god.
I still call bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they even had a protest of the results on behalf of the vessel. So, I would too. That's just plain wrong. I'm sorry.
Jack had to go get ice.
Okay. Well, ice, baby.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, here's another one from USA Today.
Okay.
It's out of Michigan.
All right.
And I got to see. It was 4 hours ago. Mm-hmm. Michigan police break down door to keep mom from drowning 2-year-old.
Ooh.
Michigan police walked in on a shocking scene Saturday morning when officers say they discovered a woman trying to drown her own child in the bathtub. Police were called to the home in Albion about 10:30 a.m. Saturday after operators say they could hear children screaming and asking for help in the background of a 911 call, according to the Albion Department of Public Safety. Responding officers said they heard similar sounds coming from inside the home when they got to the scene about 100 miles west of Detroit. That was going to be my next question. Where is Albion? I don't have my water with me either. After kicking down the door to gain entry, officers said they entered the home to find a 35-year-old woman whose name has not yet been released, holding her 2-year-old child underwater in a bathtub. Officers were able to intercept and give the child CPR until the 2-year-old coughed up the water and began to breathe again on his own. Okay, let me see if there's more to that article. And there was. Police said the woman is a mother of 4 with children ranging from 2 to 15 years of age, all of whom were present in the house at the time. 15-year-old who called the police appeared to have no injuries, along with an 8-year-old sibling who was also unharmed. The 2 youngest children, however, aged 2 and 4, had suffered stab wounds and cuts. The youngest child, who was the victim of the attempted drowning, sustained stab wounds to their chest and throat, while the 4-year-old brother suffered cuts. Investigators also believe that the 2 younger children, along with their mother, had possibly ingested cleaning fluid. The mother was arrested and taken to a hospital, while the children were taken separately to a hospital in a nearby city. They later had to be airlifted to a facility in Ann Arbor, but were last known to be in stable condition. The Albion Department of Public Safety and Calhoun County Sheriff's Office did not respond to immediate requests for comment. Sounds like that woman had a psychotic break. Shirley?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like that woman had a psychotic break.
Yeah, who knows?
So anyway, let's see what else I can find. It's amazing what I could find on this MSN strip at the top of the page.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What time is it? I want to make sure I have time to find another article.
9:48. Right, anyway, one thing to note: next Tuesday is the 4th of July. We will not have a show because, of course, it's a holiday. And the rule of thumb is no mail, no show. So we'll have like a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We may do, if push comes to shove, we may do Wednesday to do Tune In Tuesday. You know, so we at least get that filled in.
Oh, for next week?
Yeah. Okay. We'll come back on the 4th.
Right.
Come back from the 4th on the 5th. July the 4th.
Okay.
July the 4th be with you.
How many of you charge your phone at night?
Here.
Yep. I can. Mine.
And I do. Okay. Do you charge your phone at night? We've got news for you.
What is it? Don't.
There are some things in my routine that I take for granted. Coffee in the morning, a sweet, sweet meal for lunch, and yes, putting my phone on to charge at night. If you have a similar phone charging habit, you're likely not alone. Everyone I know seems to top up their battery as they catch some Z's, but there seems to be reason upon reason to change our collective charging habits. Here's what you should consider changing your charging schedule. Well, my charger turns off when it reaches 100%, so I don't have to worry about the heat. In case you haven't noticed, it's absolutely boiling right now. It's much harder to sleep when it's hot out, as I'm sure most of us know.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that charging your device and leaving electronics plugged in your room can add to the warmth. Okay, that's an obvious point. You should know that going by your computer, Shirley.
Yeah.
As AOCOM's small appliance expert, Tori Miller told Yahoo Live, few devices plugged in create extra heat. And Paul Shaw, head of fire investigation at Staffordshire Fire Rescue, has more bad news for us via The Guardian. You shouldn't tuck phones under pillows or charge them on bedding. I don't. It's called thermal runaway in the battery. It self-heats, it keeps going and going. A work surface or wooden side table are fine because the battery won't output enough heat. Okay, I'm not going to finish reading that article.
That's fine. Yeah, we get the gist of it. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, I will tell you this right now. I am heading into a probable heat wave because I get off work, it's 97 degrees outside. By Thursday and Friday, we'll be at the 100 degree mark with the humidity, make it feel like
I'll
at
be
least
back.
110. Okay. Yeah, but the humidity will feel like between 110 and 113. So that is, we're finally getting what Texas has been having. I think for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. I don't know. I think I've lost count. But trying to think of something. my brain.
Well, we got 8 minutes left.
Yeah, that's true. Excuse me. Yeah, I got a slight chance of severe weather in Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, and then there's an enhanced in North Carolina, a little bit of Virginia tonight. Oh, good grief, excuse me. Ow. Okay, I think I got time for one more here. In Omaha, Nebraska, there is a neighborhood dealing with unusual problem. An abundance of peacocks.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. And
Where's that at?
In Omaha, Nebraska. And I can confirm that NBC has absolutely nothing to do with this. Anyway, a Nebraska neighborhood is experiencing what one resident calls a peacock problem. You feel like you're in a jungle, Mariana DiStefano said. And if you know they're not just beautiful, they're a nuisance. Well, let's see, WOWT first did a story on the peacocks in 2016. And since then, the population has grown. Back in 2016, Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium said the peacocks did not come from the zoo. The Nebraska Humane Society said a resident may have had peacocks as pets nearby, and the population grew over time, evolving into a wild flock. At any given time, we'll have about 14 of them, said Paul Greener, another nearby resident. The neighborhood hasn't come to a consensus on what to do with the non-native birds. I had a friend that was in the driveway and a peacock went flying into my tree and almost clipped her head, said DiStefano. Greener is a bit more indifferent. They're becoming annoying, screaming all day long, but no, they're good animals. DeStefano wants them gone. Nobody seems to be able to do anything about it. DeStefano tried the mayor's hotline, Nebraska Games and Parks, and the Nebraska Humane Society. I wish I had a hard and fast answer, but I can't see that, said Steve Glant, Vice President of Field Operations at the Nebraska Humane Society. If a peacock harmed a person or damaged property, then they would step in. Otherwise, they would have to treat it like a flock of wild turkeys and let them be. The NHS website says officers are not authorized to trap healthy or non-threatening wildlife simply for relocation. It directs residents to the Nebraska Wildlife Rehab Incorporated for encroaching wildlife. However, when WLWT called Nebraska Wildlife Rehab Inc., the representative said they deal with Nebraska native wildlife, which peacocks are not. She did say if a peacock is injured, they will take care of it. As far as the Nebraska Humane Society, we really don't have the personnel strength or the resources with these cages and things that let you to attempt to even trap something, said Glant. And if we do, we have to determine whether we are legally able to relocate, which I don't think we are. State guidelines restrict how far NHS can release trapped wildfowl away from their original habitat. Glant also said it is illegal to kill or tranquilize the birds. Without any clear process of handling the birds, some residents just have to deal with the situation.
There is another slight problem with peacocks.
What's that?
They're like any other bird. They got to shit somewhere.
That's true.
And if it's a wild flock,
that could be a lot worse.
On people's property.
Yep, that's gonna be a lot worse. All right.
That was a problem with having geese for pets. They tend to poop everywhere.
Yep. Well, anyway, I think this is a good point to wrap up for tonight. Of course, tomorrow's Tune In Tuesday. We have Trivia Night Thursday. And Friday, we're going to do Naughty Mad Libs.
Okay.
And, of course, Mike will not be in town.
Correct.
So
he will be someplace cool. At least I hope it's cool.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, at least you have a nice lake you can wade in and cool off.
I don't know if it's nearby
I don't
him,
swim,
though.
so.
Yay, I'm not alone. I can't swim either.
Well, you did get your feet wet, though, remember?
I know that, but I'd like to be able to swim without having that fear of getting water up in my mouth. And
Yeah, same here.
So thank God I'm not alone. Whew, I was so worried I was.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was scared shitless of water till I was 10 and nearly drowned again at 13.
Yeah.
I think I told that story to you, didn't I, Shirley?
Yeah, you did. All right, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 10-second inning, so bear with me, Growl. All right, so with that in mind, I'm going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night. Sleep well, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow for Tune In Tuesday. Night, everybody.